Hello and welcome, I am Helle from Game for Life BG, and today I'm going to make a solo playthrough of Heat Pedal to the Metal, and this is a game for 1 to 6 players. It takes about an hour to play and is for the ages 10 plus. And in Heat we are going to compete, we are going to drive a race with our car, and then we will have to see if we can be the first one to finish the finish line. And we are going to drive 2 rounds, so 2 rounds, and then the first one to pass the finish line and come the furthest ahead, because if there's more that passes the finish line in the same turn, then the one that is furthest ahead on the track is going to win the game. There are 69 spaces, and we have 4 spaces where we have a limit to how fast we can go around the corner. If we can go a little bit faster, but we do have a chance that we're going to crash our car if we drive too fast around the corner. But we can do something in the game to drive a little bit faster than the free around the corner. We can use our engine, we can exhaust our engine maybe, and we can spend some heat cards to get around the corner in a quicker way. So it's recommended we play with the USA map the first time you're going to play the game, and I'm going to play solo, so therefore I have some legendary cars I'm going to drive against, which this game is going to control. We have this legendary deck where we have all of the different cars, and they will move towards this one. So I'm going to play with all 6 cars, and we're going to be the yellow player. So if you're playing with more players, each player is then going to select one of the colors. They're going to take their card board, and they're going to get a deck of cards. Each player is going to get the same in the start scenario. There are some other scenarios you can play when you can draft some of your cards, but for the normal deck you do have 3 1s, 2, 3 and 4. So these you have 3 of, and you have this speedometer on it, and then you have a 0 and a 5 with no speedometer on it, and then you have one of these heat cards. And then for this one you're going to get 6 heat cards to your engine, and these you can use to press your car to drive a bit faster or get a bit faster around the corners. And then you are also going to get 3 stress cards. And with these stress cards, you do not know how fast you're going to drive. You can drive either 1, 2, 3 or 4. Because when you play one of these cards, you have to flip your deck of cards until you get one with a speedometer on it. And then you're going to drive that fast with the card. So this does not apply to the 0 and the 5, and not for any of the heat cards. You cannot discard this card. You have to play it if you want to get rid of it from your hand. The same goes with these heat cards. You cannot discard it from your hand. That is why there's this symbol on it. So, but you can do cooling. And if you do one cooling, you can add this from your hand to your engine. And you will start in gear 1. And you can, in gear 2, you can make 1 cooldown for 1 card. If you are in gear 1, you can cool down with 3 cards. So if you have a lot of heat cards to your hand, you need to get down to gear number 1, so you can discard some of them to your engine. So this is all the cards that each player they're going to have in their deck. So the way I'm going to play the game is exactly the same as if you're playing with more players. I'm just going to compete against the game, all the other 5 cars. Okay, I just need to shuffle my cards really well. And then I'm going to deal 7 cards to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this, all players, they're going to do, shuffle their deck and deal 7 cards to themselves. And then you have your 6 heat cards, and you're starting in gear 1. So we're going to shuffle all the cards, and then we're going to figure out who is going to be the start player. So I'm going to just draft 1 card. Oops. And you're going to shuffle again, and then we're going to draft the second one, and the third, and the fourth. Oh, we are getting far down. We are number 5. So the start player is the red, then the gray, blue, green, yellow. That is us, and then the black. Okay, so let's just look at what we have to do. So first, all players, they're going to select if they want to stay in gear 1 or if they want to go 1 up. That you can do for free. Or you could also go 1 down, but not when you're in gear 1. So for free, you can choose to stay in the gear you're in, go 1 up or 1 down. Then you can spend 1 heat if you want to go 2 up or 2 down. So I could spend 1 heat and go up to gear 3, and that for sure I'm going to do. I want to go up to gear 3. Then all players, they're going to select cards depending on which gear they're in. Gear 1, you have to play 1 card, 2 cards in gear 2, 3 cards in gear 1, and guess what? 4 cards in gear 4. So that is of course determine how far you're going, how fast you're going to go. This higher up in the gear you are, this faster you're going to drive. Or at least you can play more cards. So these two every player is doing at the same time. Then you will start with the start player, that is the player that is in front, then the next, and so on until you go down to the last player. So the red player would then reveal their cards. All players, they're going to play. Now let's say I took 3 cards. You're going to place them face down. And then starting with the start player is going to reveal their cards. The other players are not going to reveal their cards yet, only when it's their turn. And then the player is going to flip their cards over, and then they will move their car as far as they are going to drive, depending on the cards they have played. And then if they are the player that is furthest behind, when you are playing with 6 cars, that is the 2 last spaces, they're going to get an adrenaline where they can move their car 1 extra space. They're going to get a cooling where you can remove one of the heat cards from your hand and place it in your engine. And these are activated at this space. So whatever you have, you can activate them here, and you can do them in any order. So I could do a cooldown, then I could move my adrenaline 1 space, and then we have this red symbol. This means that you can boost, you can take one of your heat cards and discard them, and then you can flip a card here until you have a card with a speedometer, and then you can move those spaces. So that will be 1 to 4, and you can only do that 1 time during your turn, and that is actually indicated here. This is this symbol that you can get +1 boost card, and that is what you can play up here. When you have done this in any order, then if your car is adjacent to another car, or if you're behind another car, then you will get slipstream and you can move your car 2 spaces forward. This is optional, you don't have to. Likewise with this additional movement, is optional, and you can do it before you play a boost card or after you have played a boost card, and it's optional. And then you have to pay if you have to check if you passed any of these spaces with a number. If you did, then you have to see how far you passed. If you, for example, drove 8 around this corner, then you would have to pay 1 heat. For each one you have over 7, you're going to pay 1 heat. And if you can't pay enough, then your car is going to kind of crash just a little bit, and then you have to move your car behind the line, and you will get 1 more stress card to your hand. If you are in gear 3 and 4, you will get 2 stress cards to your hand, and you will go down to gear 1, and then you you can't do anything else. You can't discard any card from your hand, not any stress cards at least. Yeah. So that is what you can do in these. And slipstream doesn't count towards your movement. Only your extra movement here and all the cards you have played. Not the slipstream. It does not count towards your movement. And then you will discard your cards, and you can discard cards from your hand that does not have this symbol on it. And then you will draw up to 7 cards. That is a round in the game. And yeah, let's just start. And I know for sure that I'm going to play 1 card, and I will go up to gear 3. So we want to get out of here. We are at 14 and we are behind. We are going to get an adrenaline. I definitely think that I'm going to go up And we already got our heat card, but we will get cooling because we are the second last, one of the two last cards, so we will get this one. Only these two will get it, but all the legendary cards, they don't get it. They will just move towards this card here. Okay, so we got 3 ones on my hand. We don't want that, we want high numbers. So I'm going to play these two plus this one. So we don't know how fast we are going to drive, but with these 3 ones, we don't want them. We would have liked the 4s and 5s on our hand, because we have 14 spaces. We would actually like to end at this space. So yeah, we'll see how far we are going to go. But we can always boost our car, and we will most likely get some slipstream. Maybe. We'll see. We are not the start player. So we are going to play our cards. When all players, they have played their cards, then we are ready to start the round. And then we will start. We are going to control all of these. So we are going to see, we have these legendary lines, these orange lines around the board. And if the cars are behind this line, then they are going to move towards the helmet. So the red is going to move 15 spaces. And if they are on the other side, between these two, then they are going to move this speed plus the speed on the card. So if the red had been on the other side of this orange, it would move 7 plus 2. But now it will move 15, but it's at 12 space. Here you can see how far you have up to this spot. So they have 12, they have 13, we have 14. And 15 would bring it past this one. And you cannot go past this one when you are behind the legendary line. So instead you're going to move towards this. So if this would bring you past the legendary line and past this line, then instead you're going to move towards this space. So at number 2, and that is the symbol down here. And we have a thick white line. This is the race line. It will change here, and then it will be on the inside. And the first player is always nearest the race line. So the blue is before the green and the yellow is before the black. And then we have the gray. It would also go past this line, so it would also go to number 2. Then we have the blue. They're going to move 12 spaces. They are at 13, so they will move to number 1. And then we have the green. They want to move 18 spaces, but that is way too fast. So they're going to move to number 3. Just take you a little closer on the card. They're going to move to number 3. Then it's us. It's our turn. Let's see, we only have 7. 18 and 15 and 16. Then we're going to flip this one. Oh, we got a 4. So we're going to move 11. And we are on 14. So that would bring us to number 3. Number 3 is here. Oh. And then now we moved 11 to number 3. And then I have my additional movement. But my additional movement would bring me to this space. So I can't use this because I can't stand at this space. Then I would have to stay at where I'm at. But I can, because I'm the player behind, I am allowed to discard one of my heat cards to my engine. So that is for this symbol I have here. And I could play a boost card, and then I would be able to move. But then I could move 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get over the line. I don't want that, because then we would that would not be good. Then we would crash or slide out of the lane of the track. But we can take slipstream. We are beside another player, and we are also behind one, so we can move 2 spaces for free. And these cards, they don't get any slipstream. They don't get any cooling or any heat cards or anything, or additional movement. Okay, So that was us here, and then I can discard cards from my hand. I'm actually going to discard all these ones because we want a lot of speed for the next. We can drive 7, so we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards to our hand. And then it's the black. He's going to move 14. He can exactly move 14. This is the perfect spot. That is the best space to stay at. So we can get Slipstream. We have 2 cards ahead of us. So we could be able to get Slipstream again if we land on the same space or behind one of these 2 cars. And they're going to move 7 spaces plus what the card says on top. They can move from 7 to 10 spaces now. These 2. Okay, and 7, we don't have to pay anything. If we play more than 7, then we might have to pay something. So, and I know they're going to move 7, perhaps plus something. So maybe I want to move 8. I'm in gear 3, so I could play these 3 and move 8 and then hope that I would get some Slipstream. We have to pay 1 heat for it because we are going to move 1 space too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we need to go 14. Maybe if we are lucky, we could get Slipstream here, right? Yeah. I think that is what we are doing. And we are not the start player. And we are just staying in the same gear. We are not going up or down. I could go up to 4, but I don't have to. I can do it the next time. I could have played the 0, but it doesn't matter. I can discard if I don't want it to my hand. But maybe it can be nice down here. We'll see. We have to draw a card for the legendary cars. And they are going to move 7. He's going to move 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. And then, oh, the blue is not moving that fast. He's only moving 7. Then I shouldn't have moved 8. He's only moving 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, I wanted to land there so I could have received Slipstream. Ah, man. Then it's our turn. We are going 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we're going 2 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Can't I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm there. I can't count apparently. Ah, I have to pay 1 card here. I would have liked Slipstream, but we didn't get any. Then it's the red. They're going to move 1 plus 7, that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the gray is moving 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, now we could have gotten Slipstream. And the green is moving 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is it. Oh, I forgot I had to discard those, and then I had to do my turn finish before I moved the rest of them. But in this case, it doesn't really matter. Do I want to keep my 0? Nah, I don't want to keep my 0, do I? Do I? No. We want more cards to our hand. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, and then we have to shuffle. Okay, we have 14 spaces. 14 spaces. And we can go up 1 gear, so we can play 1 more card. Let's see what we are going to do. 14. We want to play 5, 9. That would be 14. Could also go for some Slipstream, but then we have to be lucky. Don't know if I'm going to get it. That is if I go up 1 gear. Could also go for to see if we will get some Slipstream, and then we will land here. 1, 2. Yeah, let's see if we can get some Slipstream. Maybe we can be lucky this time, and then we will only play 12. Yeah. I think so. Also because otherwise we are really high up on the numbers there, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't have to flip my card. Okay, we can see when we played them or not. So let's do like this. Let's see. The black is going to move 13 spaces. That is too many, so it's going to go to number 1. Perfect, because we're going to land here. Perfect. This time we will get slipstream. And he is going to do the same. He is going to move. No, he is going to move. Oh, he's going to move 12 places. So he can move his movement. So he will go to number 1. Good thing we didn't land on that space. Then it's us. Because we have 12. So we're going to number 2. And then we're going to get slipstream. And we are not the car behind, so we won't get anything here. We don't have any cooling or anything. But we just got slipstream right in front of those two guys. And then I have to decide if I want to discard anything. Nah, I think I'm good. We will just get 3 more cards to our hand. 1, 2, 3. And then the red is going to move 10 spaces to 5. The blue is moving 17. That is too far, so they are going to move to number 2. It is filled, so they have to... No, it is not filled. That is number 1 that is filled. And the green is going to number 2. Is going to move exactly 16. So they are going to... They are on 16, so they will go up beside me. So that is perfect for the green. Okay, but we are the start player this time. We are the start player. Yeah, we also got a lot of small numbers now, and we don't have any of those. What are we going to do? So they are going to move 3 plus whatever they get here. And I am up there. So I can play, I will just play 3 cards. I think I'm okay up at that tier at the moment. I think that's okay. We are going to play those. And we are the start player, so we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 3 minus the 4. We have to pay 1 heat. And I'm not going to boost or anything, because then we have to pay heat for it. So we are just going to stay where we are. Then we have to move the legendary cars. He is moving 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the black is moving 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The gray is also moving 6. They are taking the lead. And the blue is moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one is also moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they didn't get around the corner. They are stuck behind the corner. Okay. So we are third, and we have 12 up to this space. 12. Oh, we had to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We have a lot of these pluses now, right? So we have 12, so we could pay these 10. And then hopefully, we will get slipstream, because we can land here. If we could get 2 in slipstream, that would be perfect. If one of them, yeah, there should be a good chance. So we are going to play those 3. That we are doing. Let's see. The black is the first. Black is going to move 17 spaces. That is too fast, so they're going to place themselves at number 2. Here. And the gray is going 13. That is too fast, so they're going to number 1. Here. Perfect. Then we can get slipstream, guys. Because we are moving 10 to number 2. And then we are going to get slipstream. 1, 2. So that is the slipstream. We don't have anything here. We can't discard or do anything. We could boost, but then it would bring us over this step, and that we do not want to. Do we want to discard anything? I can't discard these, but I have to start playing some of these because they are cluttering up my hand now. Yeah, I will keep those, and then we will draw 4. 1, 2, 3. No, 3 cards. 3 cards. We are in gear 3. Yes. Then the green is going to move 10. They are going to number 2. And the blue is moving 14. That is 1 too many. So they're going to number 1. And he has to move 3 plus 0. So just 3. 1, 2, 3. The red is way behind now. Way behind. And by the way, I'm only going to play 1 round of the game. Normally you will play 2 rounds. You have here, you can see you play 2 rounds. There are 69 spaces. And there are 4 of these spaces. But I'm just going to, in this playthrough, I'm going to play 1 round. So when we have finished this line here, yeah, that is the end. I'm not going to play two rounds. I should have said that at the start, but now you know. And that I'm saying when I'm ahead, right? Okay, we got these cards. I think I will gear down 1. And then I'm just going to play the 2 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hopefully we can go over with 5 the next time. Or maybe we can get slipstream around the corner. But I'm definitely just going to play these 2. Yeah. And then we'll see what is going to happen. And then we can discard this one. Oh, but we are the start player. Yes, we have 7. So we are going to move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can make 1 cooling. We are in gear 1. So let's get rid of this one. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to our hand here. That is good. And do we want... I don't want to discard it. I can't discard these. And this one I don't want to. So I'm just going to draw 2 cards. 3 cards. That is exactly what we have here. 3 cards. Okay. Then we have to move for the legendary cards. And I really think this system is awesome. It's so simple. And they kind of... It works. It really works. They're going to move 3 plus the number up here. So the gray is going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. The blue is moving 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The black is moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the green is moving 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so they just entered the line. So they can maybe go around the corner with me. But I'm not going to get any slipstreams because none of them went past me. And he is going to move 18. That is too many. So they are going to number 3. Right there. Okay, guys. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to play 5 now. Let's see if we got it. Did we get a 5? Yeah, we got 5. So I'm just staying in gear number 1. Oh. Actually, I want to spend some of all of this. So I actually want to move more. Oh, 5. With 5. 1, 2, 3. Then I have to pay 3 heat. Oh, it's risky. I can't really. It's risky. Because if you play one of the pluses, I could play the 4 and the plus. But if I got a 4, then it would be 8. Then I would have to pay 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have exactly 6. I think I will do it. Then. Use one of these. Because if we got 8, I have to pay 6. And I can still use this one. I actually don't want the 4. But we... Yeah. I think I will. Spend 1. I will. I will take my number 4 and I will take this one. Because I want to end up with no heat on my hand. So if I draw a number 3, that would be perfect. It would be sweet if you got a number 3. That is what I'm hoping for. Number 3 and number 2. But we are the start player, so let's see. Oh, we have to shuffle our deck. And we want the number 3. Oh, yeah, we want the number 3. 3. Let's see. We will take off right here. Let's see. We are going to flip it. It's a number 2. So we are going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we can make one cooling. We are definitely going to make one cooling. And then I have to pay 6 minus 2. I have to pay 4 heat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I have 2 left. That is actually 1 too many. No, it's perfect because we need to go up to gear 4. I forgot about that. I need to go up to gear 4 so we can play 4 cards. It is awesome. We're going to use all of our heat because we're just playing 1 round. We're going to use all of our heat. And then we are definitely going to discard the 0 and the 1. We want to have high numbers to our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's see if he is going to join us. He will move 2 plus... No, he's not. That's actually boring that he's not going to join us. So he's just going to move 1, 2, 3. And they are on the other side of the line. So they are just going to move. Then he's going to move to 0. Oh, the blue first. He's going to move to 3, to 0. He is going to move to 0. And they are just going to go around the corner. They're going to move 3 plus 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they just got around the corner here. And then, now it's boring because none of them made it over the line. And I'm just going to... Maybe I need to do a second round. Then you can decide if you want to watch the second round. Or I can do a part 2 video where I'm driving the last one. I think I'll do a part 2 then in this English one because they didn't make it around the corner. And I'm going to spend all of my heat now. But of course then I wouldn't have spent all of my heat because I want to go as far over the line as I can. As far over the line as I can. So we are definitely going to play number 3. And then we are, of course, going to spend one of these to go up to gear 4. Of course, I wouldn't have done like this if I didn't only play 1 round. Then we are going to take 2 pluses. Then, but the number 5, I wanted the number 5 to my hand. The number 5 doesn't count toward this. But let's see how far we are going to go. If we are unlucky, we could actually end up behind the line, right? We only moved 6 here. Oh, it could be that they can catch up with us. Let's see. We're going to get this one. Oh, this one we're just going to burn. We got 3. And we got 2. So we're going to move 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We just got over the corner. Oh, by the way, that is the line here. It has shift. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use the boost so I can play 1 more card. That was not number 5. We can't use the number 5. Then we got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was where we ended. But these guys, they have to go around this corner first, so they're not going to catch us. So in this case, they are going to, the black is moving 2, 1, 2, and the gray is moving 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the green is moving 2, 1, 2, the blue is moving 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so they all just got past the line here. Then we have the red, 16 is too many, so they're going to number 2, which is there. But that is the game. And I actually think I'm going to play 1 more round. And I can make a part 2 for this video. And if you want to see the second round, then you can go to that one. Because now I have a lot of heat to my head. So let's see if they can catch me. And I'm pretty sure they're going to catch me now because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't have any heat to my deck now. So I can't even go down in gear. I can only go 1 down. They're going to catch me now. But let's see if I could make it when I have burned all of my heat, because I burned everything to get over the finish line. Of course, I wouldn't have burned the last one then, but yeah, I will do I will play one more round here, and then if you want to see that one, you can. But now I'm just going to talk about the game, because I think this is a very enjoyable racing game. I really like what they have done with the engine building, where you have your heat, where you can press your car, by then you have to spend heat, and you're going to get those heat cards to your hand, and you can't use them for anything. You didn't really see it when I only played one round here. I managed to get rid of them and then just spend them all when I was down at this corner here. But if you watch the next half, you are going to see that I have to deal with all of this heat. And then with the gear, where you can control going up and down, and you can take chances with the boost cards. I really like that, and the way they have implemented this one works very great. The other games I have had, we have been closer, and I have also lost to one of these when they have entered the corner with me, and then some of them would just move 19 spaces, and I was overtaken by them. So it's not for sure that you're going to win every time. And of course, I think I have an advantage if you only play 1 round. When we play 2 rounds, I have even more management of the heat to my deck. And then you also have the stress cards, where you don't know how far you're going to move. And sometimes you're going to take a chance where you know, ooh, just not the number 4, but I can use the other cards, but just not the number 4. I'm going to take the chance to see if I can get around the corner. And yeah. And then actually I found out that sometimes you can, it's okay to drive too fast again around the corner here and not being able to pay, because if I don't have any heat, then what's the worst case? I have to spend all my heat, and then I will get placed right behind this line here. That can be okay, and I will be down in tier 1. Actually, I might want to do it now, because I want to go down to tier 1. And if I don't do it, I have to do 1 turn, 2 turns, before I can get down here. So I actually think that if I have the cards for it, I want to slide out this turn. I actually think I want to slide out, because they are already that far behind. So in this case, I actually think I want to. And the legendary deck they have implemented here is so great. It's so easy to move these cars around, and it really works, because they are going to catch me now, and I have the heat to my hand. So yeah, I think it's very enjoyable. And this game also comes with 4 maps, and you can play in some master, where you're going to score points. For the first place is going to score 9 points, then 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can add it up here, and you can add it up for the different masters you're going to play. And there are upgrade cards, so you can also start with some different upgrade cards, and here you can draft them. So each player is going to have different sets of cards, and there are different abilities on these. And then you have some weather you can have in, you can have tokens you can place on these spaces, so that will bring even more to the game, where you have some different tokens you're going to place. I think this one means +1, so you can drive with 8. Maybe you can use one more boost, or maybe you can't use any boost. I can't remember what that one is. I haven't played with them yet. But yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, so I think this is a great game. And it's great to have a good racing game, and also a game where you can play with up to 6 players. And I think they're going to make an expansion, because there's room for 2 more cars in the insert, and for 2 more of these gears. So I think there's going to come an expansion, so you can play with up to 8 players. And I think I will recommend you to play with this legendary. It's so simple, and then you can always have 6 cars in the race. So if you have 4 players, just add 2 more cars that you're going to flip these cards for. And if this game seems a bit familiar with the system with the cards, then it's because I think it does have some similarities with Flamme Rouge, a racing game with bicycles. And it's the same, some of them is the same designer, Asger Granerud Harding. He designed that one. And that was actually his first game he designed. But this one he has designed together with Daniel Skjold Pedersen. And I think they have done an awesome job. And I like this one better than Flamme Rouge. I think I really like this element where you're going to control your heat, you're going to control your gear, and you have your deck, and you have some chances you can take. I think you can cast in that way. You have more impact control on what you're going to do with your car when you're driving around, and it's just fun. And also thinking about if you can be able to get some slipstream, because that is also 2 free movement you can get, and those movement doesn't count towards getting around these corners. So if you could move here and then get slipstream around this corner, then you don't have to pay for the 2 slipstreams, only your original movement you have to pay for. Yeah, but I really enjoy this racing game. But I hope you got a good idea about how the game is played, and I definitely explained you all of the rules for playing the normal version here and for playing with the legendary. So I will say thank you for watching, and if you want to watch the second round here, then I'm going to do that one now, and I will make a link in the description for the second round of the game. But for now I will say thank you for watching.